What's going on YouTube? It's your boy Brawlic John, and I am here with a video, kind of a beginner's guide for free-to-play players. This isn't going to be extremely formal, but I wanted to release a video that you guys can use as a resource to help navigate the early game of Pokemon Pocket when this game releases globally at the end of October, because I think this game is really amazing, and I think this game is very helpful for free-to-play players. Now, if you go online, you'll see a lot of people saying they spent money, this, that, and the third, but I think comparatively to other gacha games, this game does do a pretty good job of starting you off on the right foot. However, if you make mistakes when you first set up your profile and download the game, then it can be a little bit unfortunate for free-to-play players. So I'm just going to go through and kind of give you guys some advice, some things that I would do now that I've gotten my hands on Pokemon Pocket, and I've been playing this game for about a week now since launch, and I've had some really good success. Been able to build a couple different decks, been able to go onto the ladder. I win some games, I lose some games, but definitely having a good time, winning more than I'm losing. And let's just kind of get straight into it. So the first thing to understand with Pokemon Pocket is you're going to get 2 free packs a day. That's basically on a 24-hour cooldown. Every 12 hours you're going to get a free pack, right? So that's your incentive to sign into the game once per day and open up your packs. As a new player, between all of the solo missions, so I'm going to show you guys here, what you want to do when you first get this game is maybe open 1 or 2 packs, because I know you're excited, but really what you want to do is kind of focus on solo as soon as you unlock the ability to play solo. Basically, if you pull any rental decks, it's going to allow you to use those rental decks and kind of compete in these challenges. And as you go through the challenges, you're going to get loads of material to open more and more packs. That's the best way as a beginner for you to open packs. That on top of leveling up. When you first download the game, it's very generous. You're going to level up pretty quickly, pretty fast. As you can see, I'm level 15 on this profile. I haven't even been playing that much on this profile, and I still managed to get level 15 pretty quickly, and I was able to open a large amount of packs. If you're doing all of the solo missions, after like 2 or 3 days of dailies, leveling up, and solo missions, you should be able to open somewhere between like 40 to 50 packs. And when you add on top of that the Wonder Pick function, you are going to be able to build a deck. But here comes the advice part. There's 2 things we want to consider. A, what pack do I recommend opening? And B, what decks are good? In short, a lot of decks are good. This game was designed in a way where a lot of the different aces and archetypes are playable. Now, there are some standout decks that I'm going to mention in this video, and I'll give you guys a little bit of visual aid for those. But generally speaking, if you get the EX, the ace cards, the trainer cards for your specific deck, you should be able to play almost anything and find a modicum of success as long as you do it the right way. If we want to talk about what are some of the most powerful cards in the game, most powerful decks, well, the 3 pack arts is a great place to start. Charizard EX, Mewtwo EX, and Pikachu EX are 3 of the most powerful cards in the game. It's no coincidence that those are the pack arts, and corresponding, those decks are also extremely powerful. Blastoise EX as well as Venusaur EX are 2 very powerful decks that you want to go for as well. And then to round out what I think are probably the 8 most powerful decks, we have Dragonite, which is an extremely powerful aggro deck. And then we have Articuno EX deck and Zapdos EX deck. Now, I just gave you a bunch of information with no visuals. I'm going to get a little bit more into it. But basically, those are the 8 most popular decks. It doesn't mean that those are the 8 that you have to play, but those are the 8 that you have to be most aware of. And if I'm going to be really specific here, we're going to go into Mewtwo. Mewtwo Gardevoir is probably going to be the most popular deck on the ladder, because pound for pound, it might be the best deck in the game currently. It's still very early, we're still testing, But what you want to do before you decide what pack you're going to rip open, you want to click offering rates in the bottom left hand corner, and you really want to take a look at the percentage for you to pull and what cards come in each pack, right? Now what's really interesting about the Mewtwo pack is it gives you good odds at the Mewtwo EX, which of course is the chase card, right? And also, the Mewtwo decks are going to be running Gardevoir, which is like an amazing support card for these decks, right? So you might ask yourself, well, should I open the Mewtwo deck pack since that's the best deck? Yes and no. The thing about the Mewtwo and the Pikachu and the Charizard respectively is those decks can be difficult to fully build. They require a lot of rare cards, and they require a lot of specific cards to run properly. Now, what's interesting about the Mewtwo EX pack, and it's actually the reason why I'm going to recommend this pack the most for beginners, is not only does it have access to the Mewtwo EX deck, it gives you access to the Dragonite deck, it gives you access to the Pidgeot engine, which is one of the most splashable engines in the game. It gives you access to Marowak, which can be a nice off-meta, early, kind of powerful thing. But the most important thing, and what I think is the best budget deck in the game, is it gives you access to Weezing and Muck. Now, Weezing and Muck have some pretty good odds. They're both 2-stage evolutions, so you're not chasing like a 3-stage evolution card. And what's really strong about Muck and Weezing is splashable in most decks because of its ability to spread poison passively. And Muck, when attacking Pokemon that are poisoned, does extra damage. And on top of that, Muck is a Dark-type Pokemon, which directly counters the Psychic-type Pokemon, Mewtwo EX. So I do think that as a beginner, if you're going to pick one pack to optimize your chances at getting a deck that is strong into the meta, I would go for the Mewtwo deck, right? And then the strategy that you want to follow is as you open the packs, let the packs tell you where you're going. Did you pull a bunch of Weezings and Mucks? You might be running some anti-meta so that you can snipe all of those guys. Did you pull Mewtwo EX? Okay, amazing. You might be a meta player. Let's build you a Mewtwo deck. Did you pull Dragonite? Okay, so now let's pull you an aggro deck. Dragonite is one of those rare Pokemon in this game where you're very flexible with the card type and the deck type that you can play with Dragonite, which is really cool. On top of that, this pack does give you access to Venusaur EX, which is another powerful archetype. And I think overall, there are more strong decks to be built from this pack than the other two. That's my opinion, but like I said, this is a video showing advice. So now what do I do? Let's say I open up a pack of Mewtwo, I pull a Weezing. What are my next steps? Well, now you know your goal, right? So as you open packs, this game gives you points that you can use to snipe single cards from a pack. So what you want to do is when you start opening a pack, you really want to stay focused on that one pack, and you want to try to flesh out that one deck as fast as you can. Because once you have one powerful deck, you can use it to spam ladder, and then you can level up faster by winning, which will allow you to build more decks. I know a lot of people, they want to build all sorts of decks, but for us free-to-play players, you want to focus on one. You want to build it, you want to hop on ladder, win some games, it's going to get you some experience, you're going to level up, and then we're going to start working on our next deck. Now, with our points, my recommendation is more than anything else to hold these points not for the big 500 splash EX cards, because to be honest, it's easier to just pull those from Wonder Pick or just get lucky on a pack. What you want to do is kind of use your points, in my opinion, for trainers. This is a guide for free to play, right? Not collectors, not full rarity hoarders, free to play. And so if you're free to play, the cards that you're going to need more than anything are the trainer cards that will enable your strategy. So you see here we have Misty, Blaine, Koga, Giovanni, Brock, and Sabrina, Lieutenant Surge. These are amazing supporter cards. And you're going to want these, especially if you're going to be ripping open that Mewtwo EX pack. You're going to want Koga. You are. And if you pull Koga, that's amazing. Then you can use your points to rip some Sabrinas, which is one of the best cards in the game. and it's one of the most splashable cards in the game, right? Very straightforward. Switch out your opponent's active Pokemon to the bench. This is an amazing support card, right? So you want to pick a pack, you want to start opening it, you want to stick with that pack. Once you pull something that you know you can build a deck around, Mewtwo, Venusaur, Weezing, Muck, Dragonite, any of those cards that I recommend from this set, then you want to use your points to start filling out those trainer cards that you need, right? For example, Dragonite decks really like Misty, because Misty is able to put water energy onto that Dragonite. So you just want to be conscious, and you want to spend your points in the right places to get a deck to battle with. And the reason why this is so important is because, once again, the quickest way to level up is to win battles. So it's really, really important to do that. Now, in conjunction with this, you might say, well, what if there's a card from the Charizard pack that I need for my Mewtwo deck? Well, what you want to do is you want to continue to kind of open the pack that you started with, but this game also has Wonder Pick built in, which is a mode where you can actually open one card out of a pack from someone on your friends list. So let's say you were chasing that Wigglytuff. I go into Wonder Pick, I can open Dondozo is Beast. I can open his pack, right? So this incentivizes people to make friends. Whenever you get a thanks from somebody, whenever you play someone in a battle, add them as a friend, share your friend code, join Discords, be a part of a community, because the more Wonder Pick options you have, the better. For example, right here, look at this. This is a perfect example. Mewtwo EX and a double Pidgeotto from Force Fate, my good friend. Now, if you were opening up the Mewtwo pack and you needed one more Mewtwo X, you would have a 20% chance to get it by doing this Wonder Pick. Now, Wonder Picks are limited. Typically, you can do one a day, but there are items where you can boost your Wonder Pick. As you guys can see, I'm low on Wonder Pick because I'm a big fan of Wonder Pick. I'm running through it as much as I can. But look at the amazing options that are here. This is going to help you snipe the cards that you need. Now, what if you just want Pikachu? There's nothing wrong with that. If you want a Pikachu pack, even though I recommend Mewtwo for free-to-play players, if you're going to go with Pikachu, then just go with Pikachu. Go with what's going to make you happy, right? It's still a great deck. It might be a little bit harder for you to fill that recipe since you don't have access to multiple engines. There's still good things in every pack, but for free-to-play players, I do recommend starting with Genetic Apex, the Mewtwo version. Now, I've been talking a lot. I kind of wanted to give all of that advice as I could. This is very informal. I didn't write a script for this, so I apologize if I'm kind of bouncing back and forth. But I just wanted to give like an honest discussion on what pack I think is best for free-to-play, how I would approach being a beginner to Pokemon Pocket. But please, if you're on the edge of downloading this game when it launches in the end of October, download it. It's an amazing game. The community's been amazing so far. The streamers on Twitch, YouTube, and everywhere have been amazing. All the content creators have been amazing. The art is amazing. It's just a really, 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 really great game. What I'll do to kind of wrap off this video in a nice little knot here, I'm going to go ahead and open up a pack. And I'm going to open a Mewtwo pack, right? I got one pack to open right now. I might as well do it. So, you know, this just so you guys know what it looks like, what it feels like, right? So this is my Mewtwo pack. I'm going to go ahead and open this bad boy up. It's going to give you a selection of 10. What I like to do is I like to hit the old spin-a-rooney, kind of let it land where it's going to land. All right, you're the chosen one right here. Let's open up this pack. All right, come on, YouTube. Let's see if we're lucky. Alright, we got a Woobat. See, this is exactly what I'm talking about, right? So if I'm a free-to-play player and this is the first pack that I'm opening, that's a Bulbasaur. That is a engine card in a meta deck right now, which is Venusaur EX. So these are the things you want to keep an eye out for. Giovanni, look at that. That is a trainer card and a splashable one at that, right? This is a very, very, very good free-to-play friendly pack. And Weezing! Just like that! Just like that, one pack, and now I have a direction. I can do a Weezing grass deck. I can start saving up for a Weezing deck. I can do so many different things. and I think it's the best pack to start with. Weezing Muck decks are really good into Mewtwo. There's a lot of different things in the meta, but, you know, this is just some advice I wanted to give to you guys. Once again, it's a bit informal, but I hope you guys enjoy. I'm going to be streaming live over on Twitch, twitch.tv/BrawlingJohn, if you guys want to see me do live battles, testing different decks. On top of that, I'm going to be posting YouTube content at least once a week, different deck recipes. We already put out a YouTube video for Pikachu EX with an actual splashable Chinchino engine, which was really, really fun. I'm planning to put out another deck video soon. I think I'm working on a Greninja deck for you guys, which is a very, very powerful card. So stay tuned to the YouTube channel. This is just a nice little beginner free-to-play advice video. But drop a like, a comment, a sub, all that good stuff. Let me know what cards you want me to feature next on the channel. And thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you for clicking the video. Yeah.